recording, so I'm not going to go back to the beginning. Just sorry to anyone who was watching live on YouTube. I just figured out that I needed to press the go live button because you know what? I didn't go through my checklist, and that's what happens when we don't go through the checklist. Anyway, thanks RJ for for calling
Yeah,
that
there is
out.
a delay because I just saw it switch. So there we go.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Well,
So
so
I've been gone for like months at this point.
yeah,
So quick recap. You're at Fat Glamp
yep.
because you're not camping anymore. You have a real bed.
I have a real bed as of last night. My first good night's sleep in a long time. So
I understand that.
it's getting very cold here, by the way. So I
Uh,
was wondering like if I was going to be able to actually make it the next 30 days or so that I have left. But now I'm living it up. So it's all
are
good.
you in upstate New York or like central
Yes,
New York?
upstate New
Okay.
York at my cousin Robert's, uh, which I just I call it fat camp. I don't know if they like that very much, but um, too bad. That's what I'm calling it. And just the reason I'm in a tent is, I mean, they have plenty of room for me here, except they also have three cats, and I cannot be in the house with the cats, so I live in the tent and on the back porch. So, but
So
yeah.
so where's the puppy in all of this?
Oh, Allison's back in Manhattan,
Oh,
Yeah.
with Leah, the dog.
Yep. I could not also go to Fat Glamp because of work.
Yes.
I have
ah,
to be in the office a fair amount in the next couple of weeks.
gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. So, um, a surprising amount of animals in the backyard. The other night, I was heading back to the tent in the dark, and I thankfully caught a little bit of motion between me and the tent, and took a closer look, and it was white and black and very
Mm.
smelly. So that it was a skunk, and unfortunately, I had left the tent unzipped, and it was
Hmm.
between me and the tent. So I was like, oh, please don't go in the tent.
Well,
That would be the end of Fat Glamp. It would be back to, I don't know what it would be at that point, but
well, you should definitely read or watch The Ghost in the Darkness.
oh,
Uh,
I've
it's a fantastic movie. It has Val Kilmer in it.
yeah, I've seen it. I love Val Kilmer,
Okay,
anything he's in. Go ahead.
yeah. It's based on a true story. The Lions are in Chicago. Um, that doesn't spoil anything for you. But yeah, if you think you're glamping now, just watch that movie, and then uh, I don't I don't know if RJ should watch it because I'm trying to get her out to do more outdoorsy things, and that might ruin it. So
Likewise, I'm gonna have to with Allison. I'm trying to get her to van life, but she's not really the van life type. But I'm working on it. I think we're getting there. We're getting closer. What do you think,
about
Allison?
glam life.
Van life.
What?
What do you think?
Glam life?
Van life. Clan life? I don't
What?
know. I don't know clan life. What's that?
No, no, glam. It's like glamping, but with
Oh,
it's like the supersized RVs that are like $4 million, and it's like,
yes.
why are you driving this down the road? Better yet, why is it just parked in front of your $10 million house? Like you're not even gonna leave.
That's
Um,
true. Yeah. 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 The ones that I'm trying to get her into are a little less so, but we'll see. Composting toilets probably not Allison's thing, but
It's the
yeah,
biggest barrier, I'd say, is the
yes,
bathroom setup
I
more
yes.
than
think
anything else.
RJ is probably gonna correct me, but I think her standard is indoor running water, like
Uh-huh.
indoor pooping.
Yes. How much?
Yes,
How
I need to be
much?
able to shower.
Okay. Are you okay with like the on-off shower where you don't get to run the water the entire time because there's not that much?
No, I
No.
need to be in full control of my own shower.
Okay. Well, there is some hope because apparently there is such a thing as a recirculating shower, which filters the water and then puts it back on you. So, would you be okay with that?
I don't know about that. I'm not so sure about that one.
See, I would really like to go up to what is it, Sweden, North of the Arctic Circle, where they have those like dome capsule hotels,
Ooh,
basically, and it's
yeah.
like
That sounds cool.
kind of opaque on the sides, but then like the top is just pure glass, and you just sit there and watch the Northern Lights all night.
Oh
Like
my
that
goodness.
seems fun, but I don't
Yeah.
think they have a whole lot of running water in there. So
Yeah, I did something not that quite that amazing, but I did try to cross the Arctic Circle once in a car, but I hit a dead end when I thought the map showed it going all the way, but it didn't quite. Anyway, I ended up in it was in Alaska, and I ended up at a hot springs that was like incredible. Got to see the northern lights sitting in hot springs, but it was pretty rugged. You would have to put up with the less than ideal accommodations to be able to experience that. But it's worth it, RJ.
Yeah, to see the Northern Lights, like, or something else equally cool, maybe. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know. The environment, like, or the reason I'm there, like, plays a big part of it.
yeah, for sure.
Because if there are penguins there, like, I'm willing to put up with a lot more than like if it's just skunks. Um,
Yes, it's
for
true.
example.
Yeah, the payoff has to be good. I get that. But I will tell you one thing to look forward to is that after you've roughed it for a little while, coming back, you really appreciate your life that much more. Like all the things you've been taking for granted, like the hot showers and hot coffee and whatever, all the luxuries of life really have a lot more impact, I would say, and it feels really
Yeah.
good. I don't know.
seconded.
I do,
To
I do feel like
clarify,
I'm roughing it.
What's that? Clarify
I was
roughing
just gonna
it.
say, well, I currently am showering with a shower with a giant hole in it, so I feel like I am roughing it, and that's
Okay.
about as much as I can take.
That's true. I still laugh. Allison told me so. We live in a 100-year-old building and it has issues. Let's say, um, so the gas went out and. Was that all? Something. It seems like something else happened, but I just remember you saying she overheard someone talking to the doorman, and saying and complaining about it and saying it's like we're living outdoors. And that was just I don't know. So it's not quite living outdoors, but if you're not missing the gas. So I would say uh, having a hole in your shower is not roughing it, unless you're like sleeping in on the ground or you don't have a proper roof
There
over
is
your head.
electrical tape in my shower right now. Electrical tape
Okay,
and a tarp.
you have a roof. You have a proper roof. It's not. I don't know. Not roughing it in my book.
It's rough.
Says the person that's clamping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. I admit it. I'm not really roughing it anymore. But I was on the ground for the first 2 weeks, so give me a little credit for that. I
That's true.
survived. I woke up
You
hurting
did.
every morning. Every bone in my body ached, and I don't remember sleeping past 2 very often. So it was brutal. But all better now. All right. Well, I guess we should get on with some fun facts. Jake, you haven't been around in so long. How about you kick it off?
I haven't. I am so excited to be back. It's just been absolutely insane this summer. I don't know how much RJ has told you about things, but like
Nothing? Tell us.
it's been changing every day.
Well, she did
So
tell us you got COVID, so we knew that.
I did get COVID. I think that was right after I got back from some military things. And then school, like I was in this really short summer class and like that didn't help anything. So that and then work, um, and then was going to be mobilized. Like they said, hey, you're leaving. in like a couple weeks. It was supposed to be this last Monday, and then like Thursday or Friday of last week, like a couple days before I was supposed to like leave for a year, they're like, "Oh, JK, you don't have to go anymore."
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's been up and down. It's been kind of crazy. But yeah, I'm happy to be back. I'm semi-stable at this point. Um, so yeah.
Awesome.
Uh, so that is not my fun fact. That's just update with my life
Okay.
since everyone is glamping.
Yep.
Um, so I got really annoyed the other day because I had to trim my fingernails again, like twice in a
Oh
week.
my gosh, Allison hates when I do that. I have to like take special like precautions to like make sure she's not within earshot, and she can hear it like down the hall, around the corner, on the other floor. She can hear a nail clip. Okay.
It's the worst sound to be woken up to in the morning, I will say. Oh,
I'm with you on that one, Allison. I
Yeah.
am not a fan.
ugh.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So nails, I think everyone knows that nails are made out of keratin. Same thing like rhinoceros horns are made out of, right? Which is pretty cool.
okay.
Um, but the average adult fingernail grows at zero point 0.7 millimeters a week, which is like almost a third of an inch,
Wow.
like over the course of a month. Um, but what's really fascinating is children's nails grow 50% faster than adults' fingernails.
What?
Oh, wow.
And let's see the thing. Fingernails grow 4 times faster than toenails.
Oh.
The nails on your dominant hand grow faster than those on your non-dominant hands. Um,
What?
and they also grow faster in the summer than in the winter.
Wait, the dominant hands thing is hard. That's really hard to believe. How do they know? We just had a whole episode about left-handers and their special clubs that right-handers can't get into. But you're saying that left-handers also their nails grow faster on their left hand?
Yeah. I mean, so
Amazing.
like right people, like if you're right hand dominant, then they'll grow faster on your right hand. But they also say that fingernails grow faster on your longest fingers as well, which is,
You know what?
I
That
don't know.
seems true for me. I do notice that.
Yeah. So I don't know how they study this, but yeah, like there's a lot of different variables in how fast your fingernails grow, which is kind of weird. Um, yeah.
Yeah, Allison's don't grow at this rate because she tends to bite them off, which is how she avoids the clipping sound, I guess.
I
Yeah.
used to be a nail biter, and then like I really had to stop. Like, so it took a while.
Yeah, she doesn't go like I've seen some people like who go dangerously like too low and that kind of thing. She just keeps them at a good length,
Hmm.
but with her teeth instead of the clippers.
Well, like if
Uh,
I my nails, and maybe Allison can corroborate this. I was like, I always find that my fingernails get stuck on like clothing and jackets and stuff because they're all rough. Like,
Yeah. Yep.
yeah. So that annoyed me more than clipping my nails, and so like I had to really work on not biting my fingernails so that I could clip my fingernails so they'd be clean.
did you have to like put nasty tasting nail polish on and stuff like that, or how did you kick the habit?
Willpower. I
Really?
just I was like, I'm not doing this anymore, and like,
But some people do it like completely unconsciously. So,
mhm.
but not you. You could like be like, oh, I'm biting my nails. Stop.
Well, so it was like I play violin. I haven't played in a little while, but like I still say that I play the violin because I'll practice every once in a while. But back in high school, I wanted to be a music teacher, right? And so I was in a couple different orchestras and I was practicing all the time. And I would look at my fingernails because when you hold the violin, you kind of not
Uh,
supposed to with your hands, but like when you're practicing new fingerings and stuff like that, like I would look at my hands to make sure I was in the right place. Um, and yeah, so I'd look at my fingernails and they'd be all jacked up because I was biting them. I was like, I'm done with this. Like,
Okay. Nice. RJ, that fingernail is too long. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree. And
Don't short it though. It looks hilarious.
I have like a weird thing about fingernails. Like they freak me out for some reason. It's not quite a phobia, but like my mom keeps her nails long and she likes to click them. And I literally will reach across the table and grab her hands to make her stop doing it. And right now, like I just got my nails done for the first time ever in my life when I was in Colombia. It's really cheap there. And I like them. I got the gel nails. They look really nice. But now they're like too long for my comfort. And they're bothering me. And they're that exact shade of yellow that I just put on there. They look great. But they're bothering me so much. I need to go get them get the gel taken off because you have to get it removed at a salon too.
Oh my gosh. And that's like a big deal. And
It's
it really messes up your
bothering me.
nails. And oh my gosh. Yeah.
yeah.
And I'm trying to decide if I want to get it redone or
Yeah, it's
do I
one of
want to
those
get it
things like
redone or just
once you start, you kind of have to just keep it up, I think.
yeah, I guess that'll be my regular appointment / expense instead of a haircut because I cut my own hair.
Oh yeah, that works. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the nails. I feel like I know too much about nails, but yeah, mine are. I have to keep mine really short, or they really bother me. But I have never bitten my nails. I have to clip them, but yeah, it's a thing with Allison. So
Yes.
got to schedule good times to cut nails
I just need to be awake
and
and
far
not
away.
and not trying to do something that requires my concentration.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's a good start to the fun facts today. RJ, do you have a fun fact?
I do. I actually have a
Oh.
whole story for you guys.
Okay.
So
Bring it on.
this is one of those things that just randomly came up in conversation this morning, and I had to ask, is that true? And I looked it up, and it is true
Oh.
that Frankenstein was written. Well, I asked, is it true that Frankenstein was written in one night? That is not true, but it was written in the course of a vacation. Mary Shelley was on vacation.
Wow.
And I will tell the whole story, but the short version is that she was challenged to write a ghost story or a horror story, and she got Frankenstein. And this is one of those where I'm going to leave myself some space to draw in later because I can't. We all know I cannot draw and talk. So if you're watching the live stream, I'm sorry. But I'll leave myself. I'm probably going to need more space than that because I'm going to be drawing Frankenstein.
Yeah. Can't wait.
So, long version. It was 1816. Mary Shelley, her lover Percy Bysshe Shelley, their 4-month-old baby, and Mary's stepsister Claire Claremont decided to go on vacation. And what I read was Claire sort of convinced Mary and Percy to go with her because she, Claire, was pregnant by the poet Lord Byron.
What?
Lord Byron had just divorced his wife, but the rumor was that he was continuing his affair with his own half-sister. But in the meantime, he also had something with Claire, and she's pregnant.
Okay.
So Claire gets Mary and Percy to go on vacation with her to Switzerland. Lord Byron arrives a few days later. He did not know that Claire was there, but he came. And Percy and Lord Byron became friends like immediately because they both were basically this is just a house full of emos. Like they're all goth. They're all into like morbid discussions, morbid poetry, horror stories. And so they became friends like right away. They decided to, because they became friends right away, they abandoned all the rest of their travel plans. They decided, we're going to get this mansion. We're going to rent a mansion with Byron's doctor, John Polidori, and we're just going to hang out here because we just want to be together because you guys are cool. Unfortunately, the weather was terrible because the year before, 1815, Mount Tambora in Indonesia erupted, volcano, and it killed tons of people. It actually is one of the most, or maybe the most deadly volcano because it killed 100,000 people within the immediate vicinity when it first erupted.
Whoa.
But then the next year, all across Europe, the warm growing season didn't happen because of all the ash, the smoke, everything else, like literally changed the climate.
Wow.
So people starved. There was a cholera pandemic, really terrible. But for these presumably rich goth people, what it caused for them was their vacation was not that fun because they're in this mansion. They can't really go out. It's raining, it's thunderstorming, it's cold out.
I know
So they're
that.
just hanging out in this mansion
All right.
with tons of drama in this mansion. Byron was annoyed that Claire is there. The doctor, Polidori, is trying to seduce Mary. Percy's just depressed because he's emo. And it was just like, probably for them, a great time. And their conversations, they would just sit around and talk about stuff. Because again, it's 1816. They don't have Instagram.
Yeah.
So they're talking about things such as whether corpses could be galvanized or reanimated after death.
Oh.
And Mary, again, it's 1816, she's just sitting near the men, listening, not really participating, but absorbing every word, listening, fascinated by their conversation. Alongside that, they're also reading horror stories, reading morbid poems, just generally being emo. And eventually, Lord Byron gave the challenge, okay, let's all write a better ghost story than the ones we've read.
Oh.
Polidori wrote his novella, The Vampire, which was, I guess, in addition to being a doctor, he's also a writer. And that did go on to get published. There's talk that maybe The Vampire was modeled after Byron. And, he got that. But for a few days, Mary wanted to participate too, but she couldn't decide what to write. She's listening to everything. She's trying to come up with an idea. Nothing is coming. And then literally one dark and stormy night, she had a vision. And she wrote later, I saw the hideous phantasm of a man stretched out, and then on the working of some powerful engine show signs of life.
Oh.
And Frankenstein, or the modern Prometheus, was born. And she wrote that story as part of, in response to Lord Byron's challenge to write a better ghost story than the ones they've been reading. It was published in 1818. Also, by the way, in 1816, when all this is happening, Mary Shelley was 19 years old.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I think she succeeded in the challenge.
Yes. And here's the quote from the History Channel article where I got this story. The story she later called Her Hideous Progeny asks what happens when men pretend they are gods, inspired perhaps by the hubris of the company she kept in Switzerland.
That's hilarious.
The story does not have a super happy ending because only Mary and Claire lived past age 50 of all those people. Polidori committed suicide in 1821. Percy Shelley drowned during a freak storm in 1822. He was 29. Byron took the daughter he had with Claire away from her and sent her to a convent, and the daughter died there at age 5. And Byron died in 1824 after contracting fever. But Mary and Claire lived long and presumably emo lives. And
Wow.
and we saw Frankenstein.
Wow, that is amazing. I had no idea the backstory. Fascinating.
I had heard the story. I knew that it was I knew it was Mary and Percy and Byron, and that I wasn't sure if Byron or Percy had issued the challenge. I knew like that basic. I did not realize there was quite so much drama.
Yeah, wow.
Uh, but yeah, that's how Frankenstein came to be. And I love Frankenstein. I've read it twice. It is a
It's
really
pretty
it's a
good.
really
I
good
love it.
book. So
Yeah.
and the fact she's
Did
19 when she wrote it, like that's incredible.
Is that, do you know if it's true or not that after Percy died, Mary Shelley kept his preserved heart like on her writing desk?
Oh my
I
gosh.
Do you think?
don't know, but I have
Okay.
heard that and I believe it. And
Yeah.
I believe it was
Yeah.
Byron who drank his coffee and stuff out of like a real human skull. Like these people are like emo.
Wow. Wow, pretty dark.
Like the OG goth kids. Yeah.
Wow. Just vacationing in Switzerland, just hanging out.
Hmm.
Wow. Nice.
So, quick Google searching because I'm next to my computer. Um, yes, that is basically true that she kept her husband's heart um, on her desk. But what threw me off was like that was not uncommon in Victorian England.
Oh, Lord.
Um,
Somehow I'm not surprised.
Oh, wow. That is,
so yeah, that's okay.
wow, okay.
Super gothic romantic writers.
I feel like that's a
Hey,
bonus fun fact. In Victorian times, you just kept your partner's
Yeah,
heart on your desk. That's,
That's what Stephen King says. He says, people ask me how I can write such horrible things, and I say at heart, no, what is it? I have the heart of a young boy. I keep it on my desk.
oh my gosh. Okay. Well, Allison, how are you going to follow this up?
Mine is so different. Um, and I actually have a feeling Jake actually might know more about mine than I do, but I'm going to go with it anyway based on what happened to me this week. So it's the UN General Assembly. So
Ah,
there are lots of heads of state and world leaders in the city. And on Tuesday night, there was an event with world leaders at the museum across the street, and President Biden was one of the speakers. So the entire block, like all the blocks around the museum, were kind of cordoned off um, by the Secret Service during the arrival and departure time. But unfortunately, I didn't know what time that was going to be, and I was out with my Leah walk for my Leah's evening walk. Um, so coming back from the park, I had to kind of go around the block and kind of come up the other side, and had to try to get through the police barricade to come back to the apartment. And the Secret Service had already closed down our block. So I
yikes.
had to get Leah and I had to get a police escort. Um, like a nice police officer walked us from the end of our block to our door, um, and wouldn't let anybody else like kind of come back and through. We were like the last group of people that got released onto our block. So I thought I would do some fun facts about the Secret Service
Oh.
after my experience this week. Um, so some fun facts about the Secret Service. So it was kind of Lincoln that signed the order for the formation of the Secret Service, and their original function was to combat widespread currency forgery. Um,
hmm
it was estimated during Lincoln's presidency, and I don't know to what extent this was as a result of the Civil War, but that up to 1/3 of the currency in circulation was counterfeit.
What? Oh my gosh.
Um, but they
Okay.
didn't actually begin serving any kind of function regarding the protection of the President of the United States until the assassination of President McKinley. That's kind of the event that was the impetus for them starting to protect the president. And then it was after RFK's assassination that they also took on the responsibility for protecting presidential candidates.
Oh.
And Obama was the presidential candidate who had Secret Service protection for the longest amount of time prior to becoming president. He had Secret Service protection for a full year and a half before he was elected. And then this was what I found was like the most interesting. Only one Secret Service agent has died in the line of duty.
Oh.
And it was protecting Harry Truman.
Wow.
So, yeah. Oh, and then another fun fact I found, and I don't know if this is true because this might just be like a reputational thing that's part of kind of the security protocol for the president. But there has never been any, unlike every other kind of law enforcement branch, there has never been a traitor in the Secret Service.
Wow.
Or anyone who's been prosecuted for those types of offenses.
Wow.
But I could see you wanting to keep that under wraps if it were the case, which is why I'm saying
you probably wouldn't find out.
Yeah, but those are some fun facts about the Secret Service.
Yeah, I can't imagine what the entry criteria is. It must be really hardcore.
It's pretty tough. I know a couple people that are in the Secret Service, a couple friends of mine. Yeah, so their main job function is still counterfeit, like stopping counterfeit currency, which they've gotten a lot into like the cyber realm of things with all these cryptocurrencies and stuff like that, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But almost everyone dislikes the presidential service because it's so challenging. Like it's extremely hard on your body. Like, and then like they have all sorts of like Air Force One, like any plane the president is on becomes Air Force One. But like when the president travels, they'll have like 2 or 3 like duplicates of Air Force One that are basically the same airplane. They go like weeks in advance and scout everything out and like, yeah. So,
wow.
Super challenging. It's pretty cool. Some of the stories that they've been able to tell me. But yeah, I wouldn't doubt that no one has been charged with any sort of like treasonous act in the Secret Service because like they are like you're in like I think my life gets ripped apart every couple years when I have to go through my reinvestigations for things, but like if you have anything on your record, they can stop you.
Wow.
So.
Wow, what a job. I can't even imagine. I haven't had the closest encounter I had with the Secret Service was going to a donut shop, believe it or not. I think it was Obama who had been there who had left just moments before, and the staff was all like, still rattled, or I'm not sure what, but apparently, so I got to hear the story from one of the employees about how the Secret Service just like, they had no idea anything was coming, but the Secret Service just comes in, secures the place. Then I think it was Obama comes in, gets his donut, whatever, chats up a few people, and then boom, gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I come in.
Who was it? I think it was George W. Bush that went for a run like every morning, or it might have been someone before him. But the Secret Service kept telling him to stop it. Basically, like you can't do this. And he was like,
risky.
He's like, I'm the president. I do what I want.
Oh my gosh.
It's not entirely the correct thing, but he's like, I'm gonna go for a run. So they built a running track like on the White House grounds because he would go and run the mall in DC.
Wow.
And the Secret Service like stop it. Like it's too big. We can't secure it. Like
yeah.
So they built a running track out back.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can't imagine what, in general, what public service life would be like, when you just can't do what you want to do without a giant escort. It doesn't sound like a good time at all.
Not my cup of tea.
No,
That's for sure.
don't envy it. Yeah, can't it can't be a. I don't know. It just feels like, I mean, you're the president. You do what you want, but you really don't have nearly as much freedom as the regular guy on the street.
Yeah.
And then what about your whole family? Oh my gosh. Yeah, everyone's
And
affected.
that's where some of my friends have said like the presidential service gets really challenging, is like because they'll want to go out and like go get donuts or go to this pizza place that like every president ever has been at. um and they're like, how do we go do that and keep it like basically under wraps? It's like, because we can't broadcast that we're going, but like people are going to find out anyway. So it's like, how do we allow people to have like the free exercise and like come up and talk to the president and like make sure that he's secure? You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
it's
Yeah.
that split second decision, like constantly you're always on edge. Like,
Yeah,
Oh.
that's gotta be tough. I can't even imagine. I'm thinking, yeah, I don't know. It's not even the same realm at all. But yeah, what the heck? I just remember playing a game where the object was to protect the diplomat, and you'd have a team of two teams, and I tell you what, the defense was much harder than the offense. Like the
So
guy could just get picked off from anywhere. I don't know how you're supposed to protect him. It's ridiculous.
so yeah, like I don't play a whole lot of video games, but like a lot of the first person shooter games, there's always an escort mission, which is
Okay.
The worst.
they're so difficult.
Yeah.
Like imagine your entire career being a 20 foot like
Yeah.
always on escort mission.
Yeah, again.
I was like, you don't even have defined objectives at the end of it. They're just like, yeah, I want to go get some pizza tonight. And I'm like, okay, well, here we go. You know?
Yep. Yep. It's amazing that there aren't a lot more assassinations than there are. I guess they do a pretty amazing job somehow, but I can't imagine how. Well,
There's a I've always wanted to see a production of it, but I never have, and I think it goes through ebbs and flows of being too sensitive and not the right time. But there's a Stephen Sondheim musical called Assassins, about like from the point of view of people who've attempted or been successful in presidential assassinations. I've always wanted to see it, but doesn't get a lot of play.
I can't imagine why.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Well, I think that's a lovely return to the air. So we did record last week, but I'm debating whether or not to post that one still, because they are very interesting facts, but not really fun. So yeah, we'll see. If you're wondering why there's a skipped episode, it's because I haven't decided whether or not to post it yet. So, but anyway, all right. RJ, where can people find us online?
So I had to switch from my fun fact notes to my script, because I do have my script
This
today.
Frankenstein is looking awesome, by the way.
Thank you. And you're definitely not Secret Service over here too. If you like the show, follow us on all the social media. We're at Hot Chai Games on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. If you're not watching live right now, we're also Hot Chai Games on YouTube, where we record this podcast with live art every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern. If you are watching live right now, stick around for the Match Solitaire Daily Challenge. Either way, like, subscribe, leave a review, and tell all your friends.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for us. I hear the Match Solitaire Challenge is super hard today, so wish us luck. And we'll see you next week. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to hit the stop recording. Are you guys sticking around for the stream or the game, or if you got to go, that's totally fine.
I think we're good to stay. Jake, what do you think?
Yeah, we just gotta deliver that thank you note today. So
Yeah, I haven't written it yet, so.
our very lovely neighbor made us shortbread like a week and a half ago. So we need to do something for her.
Nice.
That will take 5 seconds to write and 2 minutes to deliver, so.
Yep. Okay.
I think we should put Jake on the screen for the very hard.
Jake, you wanna be on the
Oh my
screen?
goodness. I will be on the screen.
That is a lot of pressure because one of us is going to have to solve it.
Okay, then Allison.
Is there a time limit?
I mean, I guess not technically.
That's fine.
Okay.
I will be on the screen. Let's find match solitaire.
Oh god.
Those are playing
Oh,
Oh my god. I guess that means I'm gonna have to solve this one. Oh my gosh.
I've been very busy the last several months.
I haven't been very good at solving the hard ones lately, so.
Well, I haven't
I
been
had
very
trouble
good at any
yesterday.
of them, so.
Oh my gosh, I'm having trouble with my own screen mirroring here. It might be just Jake. Yeah.
That's a lot of pressure, guys.
Yeah, it won't connect.
Yeah, I need some tools. I need some help.
He's down here today.
Ah,
I'm gonna try one more time here and see if it'll be able to connect. Ah, it showed up. Okay. And Fat Camp doesn't have the Fat Glamp. I'm sorry, doesn't have the best connectivity outdoors.
can everyone see my screen?
I can
Yeah.
see it. Yes.
Perfect. Okay.
Let's get you on the actual stream. I need to resize some stuff here. Okay. Looking good. All right. Well, Jake, you want to do the countdown? I think you probably
Sure.
owe one or two.
I probably owe a lot.
Yes. All right.
RJ, do you have spreadsheets for who owes countdowns?
No. I did at one point, but I've missed a few weeks. And, yeah.
All right. Let's do
Everyone
it.
ready?
Ready.
Ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
I can hear Jake a little bit from upstairs, and there's a tiny, tiny delay. Like, do I go when I hear him say "go" in my ear, or
Take
Yes.
whatever competitive advantage you can find, RJ. I'm fully for that.
Yeah.
About winning.
I don't think my reaction time is good enough for it to make much of a difference anyway. Although I am finishing number 1.
Really?
Wow.
Already? Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh.
She never kids.
Well, I need to take a short break.
All right, that means maybe I should.
Unfortunately, I'll be right back.
That was weird.
Mm-hmm. Can't move in the middle of the challenge. What's going on?
Probably a skunk outside.
Probably.
finished number 2.
Oh my gosh. All right, I'm restarting again. Like, what am I doing wrong?
I already tried that one.
I saw the messages on Discord this morning, but I didn't read them all the way, so I don't know which one is supposed to be the hard one, but I'm thinking it's 3.
I'm not having a very easy time on the first one.
I just heard a very suspicious sound. Jake, did you hear that? Was that
I
Edie?
did hear that. It's just you. I mean, I didn't hear anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
Suspicious cat noises.
They're all suspicious.
Yes. Mm-mm.
Wow, is anyone there?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I should have done that before the countdown. Oh, I gotta. How has anyone finished? What's happening?
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm on
I
3.
just finished.
I'm on the
I
last
just
one.
finished.
Really?
I'm not even
I
close.
just finished number 3.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't even finished the first one yet.
You should have been on.
You know.
Should have been on the stream. Oh my gosh. All right. I just had something. So, well, I have a
What?
real problem with round doorknobs sometimes. So, like, I always put lotion on my hands after I keep it by the sink. So I wash my hands and put lotion on. But anytime, like, if you have those like lever handles, no problem. But I literally couldn't get back out here because for the life of me, I could not turn the round doorknob because my hands were too slippery.
Oh, no.
It's a problem. That's a really bad idea. Oh my gosh, I can't even do I'm not even getting anywhere on number 1. I think I just did the same thing I did the first time. All right, we need to not go for those 2s first. How did you finish those so fast? That's insane.
I don't know.
Super genius.
Oh my goodness.
She did it before. She
No,
Oh,
I did
you
not.
preloaded all the hints?
I did not.
It's the only explanation.
Don't spread lies about me. I think it's my theory about how, like, sometimes they're easier when you have had no sleep. Like, when you just don't think about it.
Not
like,
for
use
me.
no brain power. Minimum amount of brain power. Just start moving things around and see what happens.
Oh my gosh.
All right, I finally got the first one.
Oh
Jeez.
my goodness. Jake, I'm having a lot of trouble. It's all up to you.
I guess I'll start trying.
Okay. I appreciate it.
I also just realized that if we get too long, I can go upstairs and solve it on Jake's phone.
Oh yeah, good idea.
Because we're in the same
That's
room.
excellent. Excellent thought.
Yep. Yep. You probably should just go
Although I
ahead.
don't know if I can do it a second time.
That would be funny. That would kind of hurt your story a little bit.
It would. But now I'm thinking about it. Now it's the pressure.
I'm getting close on 1, so at least we're making some progress here. Come on. Yeah, I got
Okay,
it.
done with 2.
Oh. Okay, I got number 1, finally.
Game, set, match.
By the way, if you haven't been in the Discord, I'm working on streak recovery. So I'm almost done. At this point, everyone's streaks on both Match Solitaire and whatchamacallit are being backed up to the cloud, to the game server. So I still have to implement the part where you can recover your streaks, but at least they're there. So I'm pretty excited about that because it's pretty brutal to lose a long streak. And it's been a long-standing problem. So happy to finally address that.
And luckily for anyone listening who's happy about this feature, David is not listening to me because my ideas for streak freeze are very strict.
Yeah, you were pretty brutal with your rules for how to recover a streak.
Ripping good game.
Yeah.
What sort of penance did RJ suggest for missing it there?
She wanted you. So I was saying, like, basically once you reach a certain level, you never go back to 0. So if you got 30 days in a row and then you missed some, you would always be able to pick up at 30 if you paid your penance. But RJ was saying, like, if you miss like twice, if you miss again, then you're back to 0.
Yeah, I think there's like a balance between being lenient and motivating people and like the streak being kind of meaningless.
Yeah,
like,
that's
is it
true.
really still a streak if you've missed like 2 months in between and then you go back to a 30-day streak? So that's why I was trying to put some limits on it, so it actually still is motivating in that it means something. You're motivated to keep it because you know there's a risk of losing it.
Yeah, those are some difficult trade-offs. Yep, but I'm leaning heavily toward being more lenient. So you pay, well, in whatchamacallit, you pay, so those 30 days you're not getting a streak, and then you miss your big bonus for a long time. So I just feel like maybe that's enough.
Yeah, that's true in whatchamacallit, that there actually is like a benefit, the bonus, and also if you don't play a whole bunch, you're probably going to get demoted because you're not going to be competitive in the leaderboard. Like there are some other consequences, I guess, for missing days.
Yeah.
In Match, I want to be stricter, but it's fine.
Wow.
Or you can just like pay directly to the social media admin and, you know, pay some money, PayPal directly to the Hotchai social media admin. No, don't do that.
By the way, I want everyone to pay attention now because look at my streak. I've been waiting for this day. It's 777.
Nice.
And I had no problem with 3. I don't know why, but I just burned right through it.
I'm still stuck on 3.
I don't even remember how I did it.
Well, it's got to be the quick matches. Maybe I'm doing them in the wrong order.
Well, I skipped the first 2
On
obvious
3?
ones.
Oh,
Yeah.
you skipped the first 2 obvious ones.
Yeah, there was like
Okay.
kings and 5s or something, like it seemed obvious, so I I just skipped those. I think I went for
I
something on the
stacked.
left.
I
Right.
stacked a
Alright.
lot on 3.
Oh, I didn't stack
Oh.
much. I just,
All right.
guess I just went for something in the left-hand column, I think it was. And then I do
I'm
remember
gonna
getting
try
a,
stacking it.
I do remember like after a few matches, I did get a long stack of reds.
Hey, stop it.
Whoa, is that Jake? Jake, are you winning?
I'm getting it.
What? Oh my gosh, don't end on the 6s. Okay.
Done with 1.
Yes.
Yay!
Yay.
Yes.
Oh, Jake's gonna beat me. Oh my god.
That would be
Yeah,
embarrassing.
it would.
That's fine.
Jake, the children are fighting down here.
I'm not surprised. They probably hear the lawnmower across the street, and it's riling them up.
Oh my gosh, lawnmowers. I've forgotten what that's like, but people are obsessed in suburbia with their lawns. Oh my gosh, there's not a moment when there's not some lawnmower running around here. It's just insane. And I am,
See, we have a push lawnmower,
oh my
like
gosh.
a real lawnmower, right?
What push one like with,
REEL.
wait, is it real like as in it doesn't have a motor? That kind of push
Correct.
one?
I have the motor.
Wait, but no motor at all. No blade, no motor to spin the blades.
Correct. You just push it.
So it's one of those round ones that the blade
Mhm.
like rotates and cuts. Oh, no motor at all. So it's perfectly quiet.
Yep.
Oh, but
I
then you have to
could-
push it at a high enough rate of speed for it to cut the grass, though, right?
I mean, it's. I have like a 5-blade one. I mean, it does a pretty good job.
Okay. That's a lot of
Just,
work.
like that keeps me in shape.
Oh my gosh. RJ, do you have to push it when Jake's not around?
We haven't had that issue yet,
Okay.
so we'll see.
Sounds like a terrible time. I also,
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that.
No. I'm also, among my many allergies and why I shouldn't be alive, except thanks to modern medicine, I'm allergic to grass, so that doesn't help. So that I'm walking around and like people are blowing grass all over the place. It's just allergy nightmare city here. I also used to professionally mow lawns, so can you imagine what that was like?
Allergic to grass, professionally
Yes.
mowing lawns. But
Yeah, it was
it doesn't
not a good
You've
time.
certainly made
add up.
interesting choices in your life.
Yeah,
David.
yeah. Well, that's one of the things that motivated me. Like, I got to do something else with my life, and joined the Air Force. So,
How did you survive all the golf courses?
I had to walk across a golf course every day to work because I didn't have a car.
I know.
Yeah, it was rough. Yes. Actually, the worst part
Can't
of walking
imagine.
across the golf course was the birds, believe it or not. 'Cause they were very protective of their domain, and they would always just drive me nuts, especially a certain time of year, swooping down from behind me always, and like screeching and like knocking, like brushing against me. It was so annoyed with them, but they could always catch me off guard. No matter, I knew they were coming, but they would still manage to dive bomb me from behind somehow. I only wish I had known. I understand if you put like googly eyes on the back of your head, they won't do that.
Yeah. Well, I think it depends on the bird, like the
Okay.
type of bird. Some of them, um,
Oh, Jake, you're finishing
Like-
too?
yeah,
Oh my gosh.
getting it. Like mountain lions, they're trained to attack movement, right? Like they're just biologically,
Okay.
they will attack anything that moves, right? So when you run into a mountain lion, which I have, and it's quite terrifying,
Oh
like,
wow.
you just stand perfectly still and back up slowly.
Like T-Rex.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's good to know. I have not encountered one of those, fortunately. I've encountered a black bear. I've encountered a wolf. Not close up. Not close up at a distance, but close enough that I was like, I hope it doesn't come this way.
Did anyone else get a notification that the recording stopped?
Yeah,
Yes.
I stopped.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Um,
You didn't want to film my victory here?
oh, it's being streamed still. Don't worry. It's
You
being,
might.
okay.
You
it's
really
being
might.
recorded
I
to
thought I
YouTube.
was. I thought I was close to finishing 3, and then it just fell apart.
Oh. No, don't worry, you're being recorded. I just stopped recording the separate audio stream for the podcast because the podcast is
Okay.
over.
Gotcha.
Why did this fall apart?
I don't know. I wish I could see.
The 2s, maybe?
Is there any way I
What
can?
have I done? Uh, uh, yeah, okay.
Are you getting it? Sounds
Leave me
promising.
alone. I don't. I'm flipping things around. Okay, I've got it. I'm done.
All right.
That was
Jake,
stressful.
you came.
I'm getting there.
You got pretty close. You got to 3. That's pretty good. I hope this isn't making anyone dizzy, but I just really wanted to make my stars swing. If you do this long enough, I think it's possible to make them go all the way around.
I can't see your screen because I'm only on my phone. I can only see Jake.
Oh, I'm making my stars swing wildly.
Oh, okay.
All right. Wow. Everyone finished except for Jake, but that's okay. We have like an actual winning lineup. Like usually lately we've had to give up before we had the winner and the loser, but not this time. All right. Well, Jake, I guess
Congratulations, everyone.
we'll let you finish this one on your own. By the way, a little shortcut for you. If you tap and hold on the undo button, it restarts. You don't have to go through the menu. Just a little,
Nice.
little shortcut.
Has that always been that way, or
Yep.
am I? Oh, okay, cool.
I don't think I knew that one.
Oh, I do it all the time when I'm, quick way to restart. All right, well, I guess that's it for the stream today. We'll be back again, same time, same place next week. And I might even have some fun. I have some fun facts about Fat Glamp, but I feel like we had plenty of fun facts today, so I'll save those for next week. But
Can't wait.
yeah, I'm sure.
Yay.
I'm sure. I'm actually thinking about writing an app, of course. So we'll see.
Nice.
All right. Well, take care, everyone. Bye.